the first big time Friday we have lined up for this 2023 to 2024 season. Now we have 6 matchups, like I just mentioned a couple times. We have the Arcadia Titans, who are going to be at the St. Mary Knights, opening their season on the road. And then the Brophy Prep Broncos will be starting their season at home, hosting the Williamsfield Blackhawks. Then you can see the Corona del Sol Aztecs hosting the Casa Grande Cougars. And then, excuse me, the Desert Mountain Wolves. They'll be opening their season on the road at the Verado Vipers. Our 5th game is the Canyon View Jaguars, who will be hosting or be hosted by the Horizon Huskies. And then the Saguaro Sabercats, who will be opening their season on the road at the ALA Queen Creek Patriots. So we have 6 games, and all of them will be on the Varsity Sports YouTube channel. It's starting at 6:45. And when we come back from a quick break, we're going to be talking to Bennett Solomon over in Florida, who's going to preview a few of those matchups and a few standout players and games we can expect over in Florida when we come back in just a moment. Stay with us.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road, just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry.
It's where my wife not only is it a big opening week for a lot of schools in Arizona for high school, it's an opening week for many of the high school football teams over here, but in a state that has great high school football most of the time, Florida. I mean, we have Bennett Solomon, who's covering a few schools and a few matchups that we can expect over in Florida, as well as Arizona. So we're delighted to bring on Bennett Solomon, who has a few things that he knows about the how the football landscape's going over in Florida as far as high school is concerned. Bennett, are you with us?
You know, it's actually pretty much week 1 for Florida high school football over here. A couple teams got going last week, but most teams start tonight and a couple start tomorrow. First, we're going to start with St. Thomas Aquinas. When you talk about Florida football, you kind of can't really leave them out. The reigning Class 3M state champion will have one heck of an opening game tomorrow on national television. They're taking on St. John Bosco of California in a matchup between 2 top 10 high school teams. 2 players to look out for on that St. Thomas Aquinas team. 4-star wide receiver Chance Robinson, who is committed to Miami, and Jordan Lyle, who's a 4-star running back committed to Ohio State. Last season, Lyle ran for 1,015 yards and had 12 touchdowns. My next team is Venice High School. The team made it to the Class 4M state final last season and they're currently playing their first game against Armwood right now. They have one of the best players in the 2024 class on the team in Charles Lester III. Lester is the 4th ranked player in the state and is a 5-star committed to Florida State. The cornerback actually just joined Venice and played with Riverview High School last year, but is playing his final year with Venice. My next team, Chaminade Madonna. Pretty sure they just go by Chaminade, but that's the name that's the name I saw. Another team that's loaded with talent this year. Jeremiah Smith is the number 1 ranked 2024 player in the state of Florida and is a wide receiver committed to Ohio State. With him is Josiah Trader, who is another 5-star who can play multiple positions, but Trader and Smith are a dangerous wide receiver duo, as in last year they combined for 1,816 receiving yards. The Duan Shamanov have a test to open their season against St. Francis Academy tomorrow at noon. And finally, kind of similar to St. Thomas Aquinas, you can't leave this team out of the Florida high school football state, conversation, and that's IMG Academy. I'm pretty sure everyone kind of knows, what IMG brings to the table each week. When talking about, like I said, when talking about, Florida high school football, can't skip IMG. They have the number 2 and number 3 ranked players in the 2024 class and 4 players ranked in the top 10. Ellis Robinson, the fourth, is the 4th ranked player in the country and is an elite cornerback committed to Georgia. And defensive lineman David Stone is the 2nd 5-star in the 2024 class for the Ascenders and looks to have a big senior year. He has yet to commit and has offers from Miami, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Texas A&M. And, to close it, IMG opened their season against Lipscomb Academy last week with a 35-10 win. It will be taking on St. Joe's Prep tomorrow.
Well, thank you so much, Ben. And quickly before you go, I was just wondering, when we talk about high school football, Florida is always, like I mentioned, it's one of, like you mentioned, there's something different about high school football when it comes to Florida. All these 5-star recruits, all these great players. From what you've seen being at different high school football games in Florida, does the atmosphere almost seem a little bit different? Is it the fans? Is it a little bit of everything? What do you think makes high school football in the state of Florida so competitive and so great?
Well, I think it's just, intriguing to have pretty much the best players. There's a bunch of very talented players on the different teams. So you have top matchups going, up against each other every week. You might have a 5-star wide receiver going up a 5-star cornerback one week. It's must-see football, and that's why a bunch of coaches make their way to these high schools on Friday nights. It's an amazing atmosphere, and they all end up turning into very, very fun games to watch.
Well, thank you so much, Bennett. It's going to be an incredible night for Arizona high school football, for Florida high school football. Football season's back. I mean, it's just a great time of year. So we really appreciate you taking the time to join the Varsity Live pregame show. Thank you so much, Bennett.
Thanks, Shaq.
All right, guys, when we come back from the commercial, we're just going to talk a little bit more about a few of the games, and then we're going to send you right to them. The games should be kicking off in about 10 minutes, give or take, maybe even a little less. We're scheduled for 6:45, so maybe even less. So we're going to take one last commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, the Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
And welcome back, everyone. So we're about to send you out to half a dozen of the games we have tonight, and obviously all of them starting at 6:45, like we mentioned, on YouTube. So if you choose to watch the Arcadia matchup, we're going to have our very own Kenji and Bobby on the call for that. We have Avi and Lucas taking on the call for the Brophy matchup. And then for the Corona game, we have Paul and Jason. Desert Mountain, we have Parker and Sebastian on the call. And then for Horizon, we have Jay and Zach on the call. And last but not least, for Saguaro, we have Ryan and Shay. So among all the games on the slate, we have our great team covering all of them. We thank you so much for tuning into the Varsity Live pregame show. I'm Shai Gara, and we will send you out to the games and see you all in the postgame.